Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fahmi bin Omar Rizal, and I'm going to introduce from Group 6. So our group will be presenting about power system fundamental, which is power system distribution. So our group members is Sharina Shetika binti Asri, Muhammad Lukman bin Ismail, me myself, Muhammad Khala Fahmi bin Omar Rizal, Muhammad Amir Ikhwan bin Azmi, Muhammad Ali Shahid bin Zairuddin, Muhammad Faris bin Hamidin. For the presentation flow, our agenda will be a working principle, structure of the system, problem statement, issue and the solution in the power system component. So for the working principle, will be passed on to with Sharina Shatika.
Alright, for the working principle, as we know, electrical energy is being generated and it will be transmitted over long distance by using transmission lines. There are some distribution substations located near the town, in the city, or in the rural areas such as industrial areas. The substations then will receive power from a transmission network, and the high voltage of the power then will be stepped down using a transformer, step down transformer, and then will be distributed through the primary distribution level voltage. There are two levels of power distribution. The first one is the primary one. The primary distribution are using three-phase, three-wire system. It will be distributing the power evenly through all the substations that need to be carried out. And the second one is called secondary distribution, which in the secondary distribution it will supply the power directly to the residential end consumers. So here's a picture to actually sums up all the explanations before. So from the power plant itself, it will generate the electricity and then transfer to a step-up transformer so that the voltage will be increased before going through the transmissions line for the power to be distributed through a long distance. And then after going through the transmissions line, it will be going through another transformer, which is step-down transformer, before going to carry the electricity through the neighborhood and houses and industrial areas.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hamidin, and today I will explain about the structure of the system. So generally, distribution system is the electrical system between the substation fed by the transmission system and the consumer's meters. A typical distribution system we can see is shown in our slide. Okay, from the picture from the slide, we can see from the transmission system is go towards to the distribution substation. Alright, from transmission system, we can see it can toward to the distribution substation. So toward the distribution substation, we can see this is a electrical system which transfer power from transmission system to the distribution system of an area. From the distribution substation, you can see it towards to the feeder. So a feeder, we can see right now, is a conductor which connects the distribution substation to the area where power is can to be distributed. Alright, from the feeder, we can see beside the feeder is the step-down transformer. This is called the distribution transformer. Because the distribution transformer is a step-down transformer in which primary and secondary are delta and star connected respectively. It explained from the previous slide. It is also the term of the service transformer because output voltage of distribution transformer in Malaysia is 415 volt in 3-phase, and in 1-phase is 230 volt. Alright, next is a distributor because Distributor is a conductor from which tapings are taken for supply to the consumer. From that, we can see beside it is a serving mains, which is a small cable which connects the distributor to the consumer's meter, which is house.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amir Kwame Azmi. So my part is about problems in the distribution system. So the first problem is about overhead line. So overhead line is exposed. So it is susceptible to damage from external factor, uh, such as severe weather, high winds, vegetation growth, or animal moving along line itself. So overhead line also need some maintenance to keep it functional. So this maintenance will cause power outage that can cause inconvenience to the consumer. So the next problem is transformer failure and overloading. Transformer failure and overloading can resulting in a significant power outage that also can cause inconvenience to some of the consumer. And the next problem is circuit breaker failure. Circuit breaker is complex piece of technology that can malfunction in a variety of ways. It is a typical problem with circuit breaker is the typical problem with circuit breaker is fast tripping, such as the circuit breaker open when they did not have to, and vice versa. So it can cause power outage and also inconvenience to the consumer. So the last one is unpredictable demand. Increase in population will cause more construction of houses and buildings that essentially need supply of electricity. So there is a demand uh, to need more construction of distribution line to supply the electricity to the new house and buildings. So that is the problem related to the power distribution system. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Umar bin Ismail. So this is the last part of the presentation. I'll continue with the issues and the solution for this distribution system. So we have listed 5 of the issues and the solution for each of them. So we go through generally in this presentation. So there is overhead lines are exposed, transformer failure and overloading, circuit breaker failure, unpredictable demands, and managing costs. So we'll go through to the solution for each of them. So the first one is we need to manage the root causes. So when the lightning strikes, we need to have the high system BIL, also the basic insulation level. This insulation level is to withstand the surge voltages rather than the normal voltages. So the next is using wires. Using shield wires, clamping voltages across equipment with surge arresters having a low impedance ground. We go through the second one to the polymeric insulators, as it is to prevent the flashover the pollution. So by applying the polymeric insulators at the transmission voltages, it is because it can capable of reducing and in many cases eliminating the pollution in coastal and agricultural locations. So we go through the animals along the lines. We have 5 categorized in these slides, which is roasting birds, nesting birds, roasting birds, raptors, woodpeckers, and squirrels. So by install a polymer placed at the face, they can make it difficult to the birds to make it nesting at the faces. So besides, anti-roasting devices can be installed as it appealing locations to deter birds from roasting. Then the raptors, you can place the energized pole along the right of way. So this structure would be equipped as to encourage the raptors to uh, nest there instead of the live structure. As for the non-conductive sleeve, is to protect the conductors and the insulators. So steel balls, repellents, or maybe anything that can be deceiving woodpecker into believing that there is directly a resident woodpecker can basically can call it as a prevention, as woodpecker are quite territorial. So the last one, it is the squirrels cutting down the trees or cutting down the excess trees to the wires. Wires can be a solution for the problems. Then we go through the overload the running transformer. When one of the transformers failing, so the other must fill in the hole. So as one will have to choose between the other transformer or this maybe the running transformer. However, this can make the equipment's life expectancy faster than intended. So it can, however, assure that reliable service is accessible in the future. Therefore, these decisions should be made on an individual basis. We go through the next one, look at changes and distribution scheduling. Basically, this distribution scheduling is there is two part, which is the first one is only the first one that you mentioned the scheduling. So the second one is the energy storage and the alternative energy. We go through the last one as the managing cost. So there are a few of the in this managing cost. So we have equipment standardization, establishment of breakdown records, maintenance frequency, economic of routine maintenance, switching to a more energy efficient plan, maintenance in an emergent situation, and the last one is that we have to have planned our maintenance ahead so that we have a schedule one and manage the cost and we can calculate it before it's the frequency. So that's the generally about the solution of the issues stated in the slide. So that's all from me and that's all from us. Thank you.